They played a great second half. They really shot the basketball well. The kid Thomas broke the game open with his three-pointers. Kudos to him. He was 1 of 15 from three coming into the game. And it got hot, and they kept running stuff for him, and he kept delivering. So congrats to them. Disappointed in us. Really disappointed in our performance the last, I'd say about the last 7.5 minutes of the first half, and then probably about the last 12 to 13 minutes of the second half. I thought we allowed our inability, well, I'll go in order. The last 7.5 minutes, we were up 18-9. So we had done a really good job defensively. We were up 18-9. We got a wide open three. We missed it. But then we allowed, our defense wasn't good. It wasn't as connected as it was. And then offensively, we missed some shots, but we took some shots that maybe weren't the best shots for us. And so we were fortunate to be down only one at the half. I thought the second half we started okay. It was 44-42. And I thought, again, we just allowed our inability to make shots affect everything. And there was just this unbelievable slide during that time where the defense for us was non-existent. And I'm not taking anything away from their execution, but we didn't help each other. They got to the basket. They did make some shots. We went under on a screen on a guy that we weren't supposed to go under. He made us pay for it. And like I mentioned, Thomas got hot and made us pay. And so, again, we have to get better. We have to be able to play a 40-minute game. We can't allow our inability to make shots affect our defense because we have not been a good shooting team. And so we have to understand the dirty work stuff, the helping each other, being connected. It has to be there all the time, not just when things are going well. So, again, disappointed. Disappointing.
Jeff, what's the best way you guys can get, easier sources of offense? Only 2 fast break points, a lot of passing around the perimeter. What's the answer to that?
We have to penetrate, more. I think being able to make some shots from the outside certainly will help. When we get, the ball around the basket, we have to be able to finish. We had the ball around the basket a few times today where we were not able to finish. We just have to do a better job of executing, being strong with the basketball, making the simple plays, making the right plays.
I guess it's kind of human nature in some ways, Jeff, but how as a coach do you get guys not to have that sort of the lack of offense and missing shots? How do you get that to not impact in other facets of the game?
Well, we have to be mature, and we have to be all about winning. And I'm not saying we're not, but we have to be all about winning. If you're mature, one of the things I told the guys during the timeout, Scottie Pippen Jr. is one of the best players in the country. He's the preseason SEC Player of the Year. He was 5 for 12. There was no one happier when Thomas was shooting the basketball well. That kid, Pippen, hasn't won since he's been at Vanderbilt. What it seems like in watching on tape and watching him live tonight, that's really all he cares about is Vanderbilt winning. Not necessarily being the SEC Player of the Year or not necessarily scoring a lot of points. He averaged 20.8 points last year. He's their second leading scorer this year. And at least from the outside, he seems content with it. And he tries to make the right play and things like that. That's probably come with maturity. And that's where we have to grow in those situations.
That takes time, doesn't it, Jeff?
It takes time, but we don't have time. We have to learn it right now. But it does take time. It does take time, but we unfortunately we don't have time. We have to learn it. We've done it at times this year. We just didn't do it tonight.
What was going well when you guys jumped out 18-9?
Well, the defense was really good. That was the first thing, and we were able to get stops. Again, the first 12.5 minutes, they had 9 points. Their percentages weren't good. We were able to make some shots. We were able to finish some plays around the basket. I thought we had a chance to have even more points during that time. We missed some wide open shots. We missed some plays, but we got up 18-9, and we had a wide open three. Then we came down, and I think we turned it over 2 times in a row where we weren't strong. The same play, ball screen. We pop and we don't make a strong pass. We don't meet the pass. They run through it. They get out in transition, and all of a sudden, just like that, it's 18-14. And so those are the situations that we have to be better.
Jeff, you talk a lot about valuing the basketball early on. That was another thing that you guys were doing. You were possessing the ball and not turning it over. Was that also part of just the symptom of just, kind of head down after missing shots?
Well, we have to be simple. We have to make the simple play, and we have to make the right play all the time. It can't be a situation where, an individual feels like, well, I have to do it now. I have to do it. We haven't made a shot. I can go. I can make this play. I have to do this. And it needs to be it just needs to be the right play all the time. And, we've tried to talk about simple, smart, and strong. Like, that's what we've tried to do. And when we did it, we got good looks. Now, that doesn't mean we knocked down the shot, but we got good looks. When we didn't do it and the ball didn't move, then, at times it looked like that it wasn't pretty. I'll just leave it at that.
Jeff, in the same vein, the huddles during the media timeouts, you guys as a staff were fairly animated. How much of that was trying to get the players to buy in to what you're preaching and to make those adjustments?
It's not buying in. That's the wrong way to say it. It's not buying in. It's trying to get energy. You're trying to elicit, you're trying to give some energy to them. You're trying to motivate. You're trying to tell them what you see. You're trying to talk about what we need to do, an adjustment that we need to make. I don't think it's anything with them not buying in. It's just that getting outside of yourself. Stop thinking about missing a shot. Stop thinking about a mistake that you made and be totally engaged in the moment that we're in right now.
What are some of those adjustments that John Hughley has to do? He only had 1 point. Saw that there was, I think, a possession where he didn't really do what you were coaching him to do, and when he fell down, it took him a while to get back up. That's when you switched him out for Noah.
Yeah, he's got to play harder. That's the thing. He's got to play harder every possession. And, this is being a good player is not easy. And he works hard, but it's you got to play harder. You got to talk. You got to be. And this is not just him. This is everyone. You have to talk. You have to be engaged all the time in every play. And we need all of our guys doing that all the time. Not just when it's going well. When things aren't going well, you still have to do that.
With a holiday and a Saturday afternoon game, what's the next 2 days looking like for you guys?
We'll practice tomorrow. We'll practice Friday, and we'll be ready to play on Saturday.
Jeff, Femi only took 5 shots tonight. I don't know how much of that was just kind of him operating in the flow or the rhythm of the offense, or would you like to see him be a little bit more assertive?
Well, I thought he was assertive. He got 7 free throws,
Yeah.
so that was, he was driving, he was getting fouled, he was able to make some plays. Femi's one of our better guys, and so there's going to be a lot of attention on him. There was a lot of trapping the ball screens, and trying to make him get rid of it. Again, I thought he did some good things tonight.
How much do you think a night like this, where he knocks down all 7 free throws, like just seeing the ball go in consistently in those situations? How much could you potentially see a night like this maybe help him in those kind of situations?
Well, he works at it. He works at it every day. He works on his shooting. He works on his free throws every day. And to have some success and to make 7 out of 7 is good. Hopefully, makes him feel positive about the work that he's putting in, trusting the work, and continuing to do the work.
What did you see out of Nate? That 11 points led you guys to 6 rebounds.
Yeah, he scored some late. I thought he got down on himself. I thought, he missed some easy, some shots that he normally makes. And I thought early in the second half, I thought he passed on some looks. And I told him at halftime when we came back out, like, look, if you have a shot, don't turn him down. Be ready to shoot the basketball. I thought he lost a little bit of confidence in that, in that moment right there. Again, he's a good player. He's learning on the fly. He was able to put the ball in the basket late when the game was, out of contention for us. But in those moments, as long as he's taking good shots, I don't mind it. As long as he's taking good shots, we want him to take good shots, and we have confidence that he'll knock them down.